Yeah, I heard she was picking one of your short and curlies out of her teeth after you left.
Section 5, under the Prosecutor's Office Act. Put your nose in my business, I'll smash your face. Go on, go for compo. I'd love it.
Jesus. What did I say?
She accuses me of being sanctimonious when she's the one behaving like a self-appointed drug czar.
Someone nicked your ball, have they?
I'm fed up. She slapped an application for proceeds of crime on the Metcalfe case. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that?
What more do you want from me, eh? I gave birth to you, showed you how to walk, even taught you how to wipe your own arse. This ain't the fucking playground. I can't put a plaster on your scraped knee anymore. So grow up and learn to fight back.
Mr. Dunbar, Court 1.
Yeah. Come on, you, and straighten your tie.
My colleague, P.C. Gooch, and I were called to a disturbance outside Quick's nightclub. There had been a dispute between a group of students and the bouncers. P.C. Gooch and myself were returning to our vehicle when the accused, Mark Elliott, without provocation, started shouting abuse at us.
And could you remind the bench, P.C. Lawson, just exactly what the word used was?
He called us a pair of wankers.
Thank you.
In your line of work, P.C. Lawson, have you never heard the word bandied around before?
Many a time.
I'm sure you have, and worse besides. So, on this occasion, why did you find the word wanker disturbing?
We wear a uniform paid for under the public sector. As you are aware, sir, there are some people who do not hold that uniform in high esteem. But under the uniform, we're human beings. Men and women. And as such, I think we're entitled to be treated with respect. We found the outburst disturbing and offensive.
Is it true, officer, that you and P.C. Gooch are filing for compensation on this matter?
Sir, that's a private matter between the officers and the police service.
Not really. Without a conviction, there will be no compensation.
There is an application being made, but money isn't the issue.
Then what is?
Pride and justice and my right to be heard in court.
That's everybody's right. To prove a point, to prove a principle, to prove that justice is fair and square, but not to use the system to settle a personal score.
They'll want to know how much of your personal possessions were bought with drugs money.
Well, like my car, my telly, shit like that.
Everything. If you can't prove it was paid for by legitimate means, then they'll take it all away.
Are you allowed to do that?
The alternative is they tot it all up and you pay the equivalent in a fine.
And if I can't cough up?
Then they add another 6 months to your sentence.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
I was thinking, you might want to wear this to court. It might help. My dad always says the seat maketh the man.
Your dad may have a point, but as soon as I open my gob, they've got it all sewn up, know what I mean?
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get this sorted, Tony.
Nice piece, this. It's quality.
Sorry.
You're just trying to help, man. I can't knock that.
My client is accused of using a word to the officers that offended their sensibilities. They are human beings, after all. However, what if my client is saying the truth? Masturbator. Masturbatorus, one who relieves themselves for sexual pleasure. Most people these days say wanker. P.C. Lawson, have you ever relieved yourself for sexual gratification?
Do I have to answer that?
Well, you're under oath.
Do you consider your colleague, P.C. Gooch, to be a wanker?
Hey, you're bang out of order.
Silence in court.
He's taking the piss. You want to try being out there?
Sit down.
Answer the question, P.C. Lawson. Is P.C. Gooch a wanker?
Yes.
Oh, you tosser.
Mr. Sutherland. I could have you in contempt.
Apologise to the bench.
It would appear my client cannot be tried on something based on the truth. As P.C. Lordson considers P.C. Gooch to be a wanker, and the prosecution concludes that P.C. Lordson is a... What was that again? Oh, yeah. A tosser.
Wait till I get you outside.
Looks like this is turning into a bit of a fiasco, Mr. Sullivan.
I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, you bastard lawyer, I'm talking to you.
Bearing in mind I'm not of illegitimate birth, I'm deeply offended by that remark. Do we have a system for offended lawyers to apply for compensation?
Case dismissed.
Listen,
Is this going to be another one of your bleeding heart liberal speeches?
no. But you're going over the top with this proceeds of earnings crap. It's not like you're even going to get the glory. It's going straight to Crown.
Then why are you so bothered? It's out of your hands.
Are you doing this to piss me off?
Oh, God! When will you get it through your head? None of this is personal. We come in, do our job, go home, have a life. Well, some of us do.
Mr. Gulliver, court 2, please.
You can't polish a turd, Theo. The guy's a dealer. He's going down.
Mr. Metcalfe has no outstanding or other convictions. He's a bright and decent man who has admitted his guilt. May I ask, madam, that a note be made on record that my client has presented himself here today. This says something about his character and may have some relevance to his sentencing.
In view of the charges made against the defendant, and in light of the limited sentencing powers of the Magistrates' Court, this case will be referred to the Crown Court.
What about the proceeds of crime, madam?
Well, it's out of my hands, but I feel the Crown will make the application.
And will the bail conditions be the same as before?
Madam, with the severity of the offence and the possible sentence, I request that the defendant be remanded in custody pending sentencing.
Mr. Metcalfe has a stable address, madam. Detention would not be necessary. Bail with conditions would be more appropriate.
If we bail him, madam, the prosecution believes he will fail to attend and possibly commit further offences whilst awaiting sentence.
I assure you, madam, that wouldn't happen.
No offence to Mr. Gulliver, madam, but how can he assure us of anything? Mr. Metcalfe may also dispose of his possessions in an attempt to circumnavigate the proceeds of crime application. Therefore, I request that bail is denied.
In light of the prosecution's concerns, it's the decision of this court that Tony Metcalfe be remanded in custody to appear at the Crown Court.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm not happy till they've got it all.
Can you send for security, please?
Have it. It's 20 quid from Top Man. And see these? I can't remember where I got them. But they're yours. It's not but stuff, and I don't need it. Nobody is what they wear. It's what they are. But you don't see that, do you? You just see I'm just like the last one. And the one before that. Well, here, take it. Go on, have it all.
Come on, Tony, you're not helping yourself.
We're all born equal, isn't that so?
Can't
Hey,
you see,
stop
move
taking
your
those
hands.
Fucking chains, Theo. Get off your...
You forgot your trophy.
Your need's greater than mine, Gandhi.
How can you be so shallow?
Haven't you got to be somewhere?
It's point scoring with you all the time. You don't give a shit about anyone but yourself, not the victims, not the offenders, not even justice, so long as you score a fucking point.
If the lecture's over, I've got a date with a chilled bottle of Chardonnay.
Alone with the bottle. That's all you'll ever be. How sad is that? They've taken the laces.
Yeah, well, no need for them anyways.
I'm sorry.
No need, mate, no need. Hey, what's this suit say about me then?
My dad's daft. He's got old-fashioned values.
Don't be too hard on him. It's done you right, hasn't it?
I suppose.
You can't buy that. Not even with drugs money. better go.
Are you going to be all right, Tony?
I'm sorted. Just sorted.
I really appreciate this, Dad. Especially after the day I've had.
You're welcome.
And it's great to catch up, too.
Oh, look who's here.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I got held up on a conference call.
No problem. This is Theodore, my son. Theodore, Lawrence Whitaker.
Pleased to meet you. I've heard a lot of good things about you from your father.
Pleased to meet you.
Right, shall we order the food first? Then we can get down to business.
I know I said get rid of some noughts, but that's ridiculous.
I didn't.
What?
Get rid of any.
That's it?
Yeah,
That's all I've earned in all those years?
that's right.
Jesus.
I'm off home. Don't forget to turn the lights off. That'll save you some dosh.
It's an incredible opportunity.
If you play your cards right, Theodore, you can make partner in a year.
How much notice would he have to work? A month?
We could draw up the contract of employment and have it signed ASAP if he's interested. I think he'll be a valuable asset to the company, Daniel.
Thank you. Well, shall we get another bottle?
Theodore, where you going?
Home.
You wouldn't have come if I told you Lawrence was meeting us.
I might have, given the choice.
Can I ask you something?
Go on.
Did you go into criminal law to spite me?
God, no. To save me. I couldn't have done commercial. I don't give a toss about contractual negotiations and clauses.
Well, it's a great career move.
Any Mickey Mouse law student can get a commercial lawyer's certificate off the internet these days, but they can't stand up in court and fight a case they already know they're losing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a thankless job you're doing.
I don't think so. This fella today, he was really bright. Tell you what, put a suit on him, he could have been a lawyer. Instead, he's probably going to face 2.5 years in prison because, unlike me, he wasn't given a proper start.
You know, I'm always here for you.
And I'm always here for you too, Dad.